William Hill sponsors Martin vs. Joshua on Sky Sports Box Office.
Radio Raheem here with Matthew Macklin. There's so many people that are out here fans of yours, man. Like when you step into the ring, the crowd's behind you. They love to see you fight. You've talked about this fight as though we're meeting a moment where you're deciding how this career is going to continue on. Would you agree? Would you say like this is one of those career fights where it kind of determines what happens next, or if you even go on?
Yeah, very much so, because like I said, Brian Rose, you know, he's a good fighter. He cleaned up domestically. I think he's above domestic level, probably European level fighter. I don't believe he's world class. I believe me at my best is world class. And if I want to go on and challenge the likes of Danny Jacobs, you know, for world titles or whoever, then this is a fight I have to be winning. And if I can't perform at that level, then I'm not interested in going back down the levels. You know, I've had a great career. I've been a pro 15 years. It's a long time. I've enjoyed all of it, even the lows and the downs. It's been part of my journey, and no, I've enjoyed it, and I'll move on to bigger and better things in life after this if I don't win on Saturday night. But with that in mind, I've gone away, I've prepared well, I've had good quality sparring, and I feel like I'm really firing on all cylinders. And if I am, which I believe I am in the gym, and if I can take that into the ring on the night, then I believe I'll put on a good performance, and I believe I'll take Brian Rose apart.
What I'm hearing is like you've raised the stakes for yourself. Basically, if this doesn't go your way Saturday night, that's it for you in boxing. You move on to something else.
100%, because like I said, I'm still in boxing. I was going to retire after the Highland fight, or go special in the Highland fight, but you know, I wouldn't have had peace of mind because there was problems in preparations. So there's no problems with preparations. The preparation's been good, so the performance has to be good. You know, when you haven't performed, but you think, well, it could have been that or this. Then you've got, you know, that can play on your mind. I believe when you go into retirement, I think that's why people come back. So you know, when I've been pro 15 years, and when I do retire, you know, I've committed my life to boxing. You know, I've probably missed out on a lot of things in my private life because of boxing. So when I do close the door on it, I want closure. I don't want to come back. I want to close it and be happy with what I've done and move on. You move on to bigger and better things in life happily. You know, up to now, I couldn't really say that because I think, I could have been that, could have been this, could have been that. You know, in training. But I prepared well for this fight. My mental approach is good. I know I know what Brian Rose brings to the table, so I know it's a very real fight, and I'm up for it. And there's no two ways about it. If I lost, I would retire. So it's not pressure because I'm enjoying being here. I've enjoyed the camp, and if it is over, well, it's been a great journey. So I don't need to look at it in a pressure way. It's good pressure.
Well, you're a young man, obviously. You know, you're not a guy who's aging out of the sport. So with that said, you know, Brian Rose is a bit younger, and you don't know him like he knows you because you've been on this scene for so long. Is that the kind of adjustment that you can make at this point? Like, is it something where you go in and you just be Matthew Macklin and hope, you know, that that's enough? Or do you study what you can about Brian Rose and change your game according to that?
No, well, obviously, I know Brian. I've watched him over the years. You know, I've been rooting for him whenever he's fought. I've watched him a bit more closely, obviously, because I'm fighting him now. But Brian's very textbook. You know, he's very textbook, but you know, he does what you're supposed to do. So he's not awkward. He's a good fighter, stand-up textbook, nice jab, nice straight right hand, nice uppercuts on the inside. You know, he's tough. He's had losses, but come back and avenged them. So it says something about him. He's got character. But I just believe you know, I carry the much more firepower. I hit hard. I believe I've got a better chin. I believe I've got a better all-round boxing ability as well. So, you know, the preparation's gone well. The mental approach is right, so it should be a comprehensive win for me. If
this goes the way you predict and those things happen for you Saturday night, you raise your hand in victory, and you get another bite at that apple. You've had that, you know, that grasp at stardom within your reach and not been able to grasp it before. If you were to get at Danny Jacobs, or who knows who's got a, you know, even maybe a Triple G again, who knows? Yeah. If you get that moment, how is Matthew Macklin going to be different in this next shot than he has been in the previous ones?
I think with Sturm, it was my first time stepping up to that level. So, you know, I was confident. I believed in my ability from when I started boxing, but you know, it was my first time stepping to that level. It was a great fight. I thought I won. You know, I think everyone thought I won the fight. I didn't get it. You know, Martinez then, I trained with Buddy. We go out in New York. You know, Martinez at the top of his game. Great fighter, really awkward southpaw. You know, got a few injuries sort of last few weeks of the camp. had to train around them, so it wasn't ideal, but it was still a good fight. It was a close nip and tuck going into the 11th round. I think for this one, Golovkin's obviously Golovkin. What do you say?
Said,
yeah,
right?
enough said. But I think I would train this fight I've prepared how I want to prepare. I've trained with my brother. He knows he's younger than me, but he's been around me he's my brother, but he's been around me like day in, day out since probably 2008. For the campus fight, and he knows me. He knows his boxing beyond his years, and he knows me, and I know me, and I know how I want to train. And going to a new trainer at this stage of my career and him trying to implement his style on you or his training regime, or what's worked for him with fighters, would just be it would just do my head in at this stage. So I'm happy just training ourselves the way we do it, the way I want to do it. That way I'm happy, peace of mind, and there's no fault or blame on anyone or anything, and then it's just, that's it, the buck stops with me. This is how I believe to train. This is what I believe is best for us, and that's what we've done.
We look forward to seeing you in the ring again, Matthew. Matthew Macklin is going to be in the ring at the O2 Arena this Saturday night on Sky 4 Sports. He's facing Brian Rose. Good luck to you, man. Whichever happens, win. We see you go on, move on with something else in your life. We'll be following you there. Radio Raheem and Matthew Macklin.